Today, the tables have turned. I am interviewing Richard Zussman, a man who has interviewed me and thousands of other people across BC. He is a former legislative reporter with Global and now works as a VP with Burson. So thanks so much for joining me today, Richard.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The biggest impact on the BC economy right now is uncertainty. And so I thought, who better to ask, why it seems so convoluted right now in Victoria? Like, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, a lot of it feeds through the Premier's office. I think David Eby is trying to attack some really complicated issues. And because he thinks so deeply about these issues, some indecisiveness on a lot of this is creating the uncertainty, that there's an unwillingness to engage with the business community to say, look, these are the things that can drive us forward. And then uncertainty also comes with what we're seeing on the other side of the Rockies. Like with Danielle Smith saying, oh, we're going to have a referendum, Danielle Smith threatening to jam a pipeline down BC's throat, that produces uncertainty as well. That I think there's an opportunity for Premier Eby to engage with the federal government, to engage with Alberta about saying, look, we need to have benefits in BC. We don't support the idea of lifting a tanker ban. We don't support the idea of a pipeline going to the coast, but there can be a conversation about the way we can expand current infrastructure to move more product, to free that up and to create some of that certainty. And then the other issue obviously that is sort of hindering the certainty is around, how do we manage our economy? The record-breaking deficit numbers we're looking at creates a sense of paralysis. And so, really, to try to produce some certainty, the province needs to find and show a path forward to help get those budget numbers under control so that investors can say, look, it looks like there's some stability here, and that can help free up the investment and produce that much needed certainty.
Right. Is there anything that you think would help that in the short term, or is this kind of more of a longer term thing that we're going to be dealing with?
Yeah, I think it's a longer term thing. I think we need to see some external forces. It is a crazy world, right? We know what we're seeing with geopolitics. I think the prime minister, especially, is sending messages around diversification. I think often in this question, we forget that BC is on the list for some of these major projects, and there is work that's being done, and we all want more of it. We all want to see more of it. We all want to see people get good, high-paying jobs. And so I think it's all, there isn't one silver bullet. If there was, I firmly believe the premier would do it, the province would do it. And I think they're sort of crippled. The other one is there's been some labor
Right.
uncertainty with
Yeah.
the big unions, and working through that has produced some
Yeah.
economic uncertainty. That's largely behind us now. So I hope that with that certainty in place and with a premier who seems somewhat willing to say to the prime minister, okay, if you support BC, you may be able to find our support. If we can get there, I think that's a path forward to producing that certainty.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for your time,
Yeah,
Richard.
good. Thanks.